Welcome back to the Realest Reviews. Today's review is focused on Chucky, Episode 6, entitled Cape Queer. And the official synopsis of Episode 6 is Jake and his friends set a risky trap for Chucky that could have dire consequences if it backfires. And before I give out my review, please like and subscribe and comment and tell me what I should review next. And when it comes with Episode 6, I felt like Episode 6 was a really good episode. Super messed up at the same time with more t-shirts being made in the process. Here is just my review on this episode. So the episode just starts off with the appearance of Andy and Kyle making their first appearance on their TV show, and they are disguised as workers trying to find anybody that could possibly have Chucky dolls with Chucky's soul in them. But they are eventually able to catch a good guy doll with Chucky's soul in it. And long story short, they put the good guy doll named Charlie on a t-shirt, and they keep continuing their drive. Sometime later, Jake's and the gang's school teacher, Mrs. Fairchild, is arrested for some of the crimes that has been happening in the town, as she is basically being framed by Chucky for some of the killings that he has done. And honestly, I think that Mrs. Fairchild is going to get off because she was nowhere near the locations when some of these killings happened and everything. Meanwhile, Bree decides to tell the entire family of her secret of her having stage 4 cancer and everything. And Junior in this episode, I'm just going to say that Junior is going to be traumatized for a very long time with the events following this episode, to say the least. And so we get another segment of just Tiffany and Nica. And Nica is somehow able to regain control of her mind and body, but Tiffany suspects that something isn't just right. And long story short, it results in Tiffany basically stabbing Nica in the leg and basically knocking her out. And also, they have a house now. And so, yeah, we get more flashback scenes of just Charles Lee Ray with Tiffany now on a mission. And that mission is just killing as they catch more victims along the way on their mission. And sometime later, Devin and Jake, they talk to Andy and Kyle, and Andy basically tells Jake about Chucky briefly and everything, and just warns him to be careful of just Chucky because, as we have seen within the last 30 years, Chucky knows how to prey on someone and just take them out when they least expected it. Tiffany, now thinking that Nica may not be possessed anymore, decides to tie her up in the back of her trunk, and she basically abandons her in a new house. And then we see Detective Evans trying to interrogate Mrs. Fairchild about some of the killings that has been happening. And I still think that Mrs. Fairchild is going to get out of this because she didn't kill nobody, and she wasn't even there when half of the killings occurred and everything. So Bree decides to talk to a therapist about her diagnosis and decides that she does not want to get any type of treatment for her cancer and everything. Chucky, he is on a mission to kill. And long story short, Chucky basically puts Bree on a t-shirt in the most disgusting way possible by pushing her out of the window, and Bree is now gone. And with that, honestly, I actually feel pretty bad for Junior and Logan because Bree was actually a likable character, and she did not deserve to get put on a t-shirt like that. And Chucky acting all shocked like. So sometime later, the gang decides to set up a plan to catch Chucky and everything after Devin watches a movie about something about catching spirits and everything. And so they devise a plan to get Chucky. And It seems like everything is all good, like everything is working until Chucky is one step ahead. And long story short, he has Lexi once again. And he tries to get Lexi to kill Jake, but that doesn't happen. Sometime later, Detective enters the house and she sees Chucky alive. She now knows that Chucky is alive. And long story short, Detective becomes the next t-shirt. And that is how the episode basically ends. I felt like this was a really good episode, and only time will tell with what's going to happen next, and it's not going to be pretty. I would say some of the things that I enjoyed about this episode was that we finally got to see Andy and Kyle, and it was good to see them back on screen together. And I think that I don't think this was the last time we've seen the two. I think that they're definitely going to come and find Jake and try to make a plan to stop Chucky once and for all. Some of the killings that Chucky committed in this episode was downright dirty. Like, Bree did not deserve her death. Nica, I think Nica I think Nica is in trouble. Like, I don't know if Nica is going to be able to escape out of the house. She's all tied up and everything. And she is technically paralyzed as well. So who knows what's going to happen with that. But I would say my last predictions that I have about Chucky is that I have a feeling that somebody is going to go down for all of these crimes that Chucky committed. I think that Chucky is definitely going to try to frame someone out of the gang. Most likely Jake, that killed every single body, and he's probably going to go down for crimes that he did not commit. Basically continuing the cycle of just innocent people getting locked up because of Chucky. But crazy episode to say the least. Thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.